So the crypto showdown for this week is Ampleforth versus Bitcoin. So lots of people have been talking about Ampleforth, how this is a new cryptocurrency that could possibly challenge Bitcoin. It's meant to be a store of value that's not really tied to the price. I know last time people kind of told us not to do TA on Ampleforth. If anything, I think it's better for us to just kind of look at their market cap. Bill, are you able to pull up a coin by market cap and do TA on that? I'm not even sure if that's a possibility.
Hang on 1 second. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay. All right. So for those who want to chime in, so just go to menti.com, menti.com. Use the code 863118, 863118. Let us know what you think. Do you think Ampleforth is the next best thing since Bitcoin? Which cryptocurrency do you think has more upside, Ampleforth or Bitcoin? I know lots of people in my network who are holding Ampleforth, and they've been just ecstatic. They've been happy. They think this project is going to the moon and beyond. Our team is in the process of doing a code analysis on this project. So stay tuned. We do have the fundamental score up already on Token Metrics, and we expect to have the technical score. The technology grade up probably in the next week or so. Let me see if I can just kind of.
All right. So just for sort of humor, this is what I was able to pull up for market cap.
Okay.
For Ampleforth. Okay. I would just say quickly, don't get in the way of something that's all green like this. Okay. So, the object is in motion, so it'll stay in motion. Is it the next Bitcoin? I don't know. It's been a while since anybody said anything like that, right?
Yeah.
So don't get in the way when it's all green like that.
Okay. So just to so this is their site, ampleforth.org. So they basically call themselves an adaptive money built on sound economics. And my understanding is this is meant to be, I believe, inelastic. So it's kind of like a stable coin. That's not quite a stable coin, meaning that they can issue more tokens and remove and basically decrease the token supply as they wish to try to balance. So everything's kind of done algorithmically. So the idea is as new people enter and buy more Ample tokens, people still maintain their proportion based on how much they bought. So meaning that if you had 1% of Ampleforth, then as they keep on changing the supply, you still stay the same. And my understanding is they do what's called a rebase, where they basically look at what's happening with their market and amount of holders and all that stuff. Then they basically change all that in your wallet. Now, I've not done a deep dive into it, but it's kind of based on the interest from our audience and our community. If that's something you guys think is definitely worth doing a deep dive into, please tell us down in the comments below, and our team will go ahead and do that. Now, in terms of, can this really replace Bitcoin? I mean, that's tough to say. Now, the arguments, at least people in my network who hold that cryptocurrency say is that Bitcoin is not really used as a medium of exchange. Bitcoin is used as a store of value. Most people who hold Bitcoin don't want to spend their Bitcoin, which is a fair assessment. So Ampleforth is trying to solve that by kind of trying to be both a medium of exchange and a store of value. And they plan on doing that in the sense that right now there's lots of volatility, but the idea is down the road, as a project gets more adoption, the volatility will decrease and people will basically kind of become more like a stable coin. So right now people are basically making money early by being able to speculate on it. And in a way it's kind of a hedge, right? So in terms of what would people use this project for, people would use this as a hedge versus Bitcoin. So if somebody wants to hold a store of value that has no correlation with Bitcoin, this is a possible cryptocurrency for that, right? So fundamental wise, fundamental grade is pretty decent. Just go to tokenmetrics.com to check out the full fundamental grade. And then depending on how the technology grade comes, we'll basically have a better idea whether this is a good project down the road. But I mean, so far so good. But I'll say just stay tuned. So let me check in here with the audience and see what they say. Yeah, so Timothy says rebase every 24 hours. My friend makes 30% every day trading it. Well, I mean, all I can say is that it's definitely enjoy that while it lasts. I mean, I don't think those returns will be available long term because it doesn't really matter how good of a project it is, right? The idea is volatility, as there's more adoption, will decrease. Yeah, so people are saying there's lots of speculation early on. So tell us what you think. Do you think Ampleforth can replace Bitcoin? Okay, so let's go to the showdown and see what people say. Oh, wow. I mean, I'm quite surprised. So people are saying Ampleforth has more upside than Bitcoin. So wow. So number one, first is Ampleforth. Now, maybe that's because we have too many altcoiners on our show. But I mean, that is pretty surprising though. So I think now we have to really do more research into this project. Anything to add to that, Bill?
Well, there's going to be a cryptocurrency out there that people use to buy things, right? And this idea that Ampleforth has, it's actually pretty old school, right? Central banks, before they became printing presses, used to have the legitimate job of, putting money into the system when it needed it and draining it when it needed it, right? So regulating the supply of money, right? So that's a job done by central banks. And to the extent that these guys are looking to sort of replicate that, the good functions of central banks, make it more interesting than other coins, right? So if you had something that became a stable coin that had like money supply management, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, and Ampleforth is now in the top 30 market cap. So it's definitely a coin to watch. I mean, it's definitely been on the up and up. So tell us what you think. Do you think Ampleforth has more upside than Bitcoin? Or do you think it's just all hype? So tell us down in the comments below.